Hey guys, welcome back to Disciple Ministries, where disciples are continually influencing people's lives every day. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update about the Despising the Shame Ministries. Just launched the intro just a couple of days ago, and I had been putting up some posts about prayers for some of the people that I had met on the streets. Just wanted to give us some great updates about what God is doing. So first and foremost, if you guys remember, there was a gentleman named Chris that I met. I don't know how much I posted about him, but essentially this guy was moving from Kentucky and going to New York. And he was having to flee from Kentucky because as he was working, his roommate was starting to use heroin around him. And this young man had been clean for 20 months, been through a lot of stuff, saw his brother die from overdose, and he was just very scared and did not want to revert back to where he was. God gave me the ability to be able to meet him, offer him some clothes, get to know him a little bit, put up some prayer requests with him. Just want to report back that he sent me a message a couple of days ago telling me that he made it safe and sound to New York. He found himself a job that's much, much better than he had in Kentucky, and he was making double the pay. So just want to give God his glory and praise him for intervening in that man's life and giving him a better situation in which he was in. The other gentleman that I posted about, one of them, his name was Gavin. On the same day I met him, he also has been going through a lot of stuff, was taking care of his dog named Meaty, found himself on the streets. Thankfully, he was able to find some residency with some people. And he was supposed to get kicked out, and then he was given grace and it was extended. He was able to stay there, and then we brought him to church about 2 weeks ago, and it was an amazingly powerful service. God was moving thick, and when we were leaving and I was taking him back to his house, he was telling me that he never felt anything like that before. He didn't understand what it was. It was conviction. He said that he was feeling like there was some fat man sitting on his chest. And, us Christians know what that feeling is. That's called conviction. That's when God was dealing with his heart. And I laid out the gospel to him, told him that Jesus loved him and that Jesus wanted to save him. So, fast forward to about a week later, actually Sunday, he had gotten kicked out of that house. And he was in dire straits. He ended up having to move down to a little settlement where some other people stayed down towards me, and he set up a tent, and he said that he was trying to live in that tent. And this was Wednesday. He found himself in this place after he got his tent set up, and we were trying to get him to church, but unfortunately I had to work late, so I wasn't able to grab him. And that was a very bad storm. And so this poor man was sitting in his tent, and it was pouring down rain, and he told me that his dog Meaty accidentally tore a hole in it, so it was just pouring and pouring into his tent. And when I talked to him on Thursday, what he had told me was that he was thinking of going back to Chicago. And then the next thing I know, Thursday, he calls me later on in the day, or texts me later on in the day. Today's Friday. He texted me later on in the day, and he said, I surrendered my life to Jesus Christ. So my brother Gavin that I posted about that we had been praying for, I just wanted to give an update that the man was saved. I got to see him last night. His testimony is amazing. I only gave a little bit about it. So many things happened right after he said that he gave his life to Jesus Christ, and so many more things are already happening. But I just wanted to give this update to just give God the glory that he deserves. Seeing a move in these people's lives, seeing somebody get saved who was on the streets. I have friends that I've been begging to come to church. This man was willing to come to church, and after hearing the gospel one time, he found himself in a situation where he realized that there was no way out, and he gave his life over to Christ. And I just want to praise Jesus for how amazing he is. So hopefully that brings some beautiful light to your life today, and that we can all just praise Jesus, that he's still working wonders and still saving people out here from hell and from a lost and dying world. In a matter of one moment, Gavin was able to change his eternal destination. And I want to tell you the same thing, that if you're lost today, if you've had that conviction, if you've had that feeling where God's dealing with your heart, I promise you that's a good place to be in. Even if you come to that place where you think you're about to die, God will still reach out and grab your hand and pull you from death unto life if you just believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ. So hopefully everybody goes about and has a great weekend, and we'll get back to you soon with some more updates about what it is that Jesus is doing, because he despises the shame. We love and thank you guys. Have a great and blessed weekend.